Hey guys, what's up? It's Life with Wes&Vee. Today's gonna be a little bit different. It's just gonna be me doing my makeup, beating this face up. It's gonna be, me just talking about myself, doing my makeup, what I'm good at. And yeah, and also thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and commenting. Thank you for commenting for sure. Our Instagram tags are going to be down below in the description box. And what else? Yeah, make sure to stay tuned to see how I got this.
I'm going to start with cleaning. So usually when I do my makeup, I like a clean face, clean canvas, So I like to remove the hair from my face. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to take this step by step how I do my makeup when I get glam, because I don't do glam a lot. Or whatever. So I'm going to use one of these little thingy-majingies, little razors.
And also I have a thing with hair. I hate hair on my body. I hate it. Also, a lot of people have a problem with razors, so I'll use this. Basically the same thing. This I'll use. And that's my makeup challenge. Pond's Dry Skin Cream, Facial Moisturizer, Rich Hydration. I love it because
my skin's really weird. I do have dry skin sometimes, and then I don't sometimes. And I like to add that. It's so freaking fresh. And I like to bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down.
And I get a lot of questions about how my skin looks flawless or whatever. This is the trick. Remove all the hair from your face, and trust me, it's not gonna grow back like a fucking guy's facial hair. That's a lot of people say that, they try to scare you like that, but it's not true. It's not true because I've been in since middle school, and I don't got a beard. All right. I'm gonna take my gum out because I've been talking nasty. So what I'm gonna put on my face for, it's called a No Pore Blem Primer. So this is my primer. And I'm just gonna add a little bit right here. The doors open, take the hot road and hop in. First impression, you OPN. We should be closer than friends. My name is Vanidad. If you don't know me, that is my real name. Yep, my dad was pretty creative with the names. I have two sisters. The older one, her name is Cindy Love. My middle sister, her name is Dolly. Dolly, like a doll. And yeah, my parents gave us really creative freaking names, right? I blame them for my career in exotic dancing. It's their fault. They gave me that name, right? So yeah, the first thing I'm gonna do is my eyebrows. I usually use a powder, which is this. Another thing I just used the dark one because I dyed my hair black. That's what I use. But
right now what I'm going to be using, since we're going to go for like a cute little glam look, we're going to do the Beauty Creations eyeliner gel. And I use this eyeliner gel for my eyebrows because it is so good. And it lasts forever until it starts drying. So then what I do usually is I use like a makeup wipe, and I'll just kind of like use my eyebrow pencil like this. Ooh, look at that. My forehead. Ooh, yes, I gotta use my hand. And so then just go like this, wet it a little bit, and then start dipping my eyebrow brush in it.
Open up. Need to deep breathe, heart and complications. Open up. Need to breathe.
I have 3 children. Ashira, my middle son,
he is, and then my younger one, Zahara, she is 5 going on 25. She is so bratty, so like adultish. I wasn't clear in the other video. I was kind of clear, but not really that clear about what I was doing in the San Fernando Valley besides just dropping off my kids. Me and their dad, he takes them every 2 weeks. So every Friday, every 2 weeks. So on that Friday of that 2 weeks, we meet halfway and he takes the kids and he'll have them from Friday to Sunday. And then they'll come back to me. And yeah, so that's why if whoever follows me on Instagram and you guys see that I'm like being ratchet and crazy and shit, and you're like, oh, where's your kids? I'm like, they're not with me. Oh, what I just put right now is a Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme. This is my little secret. That's my secret. Yeah, so to clean up this brow look, I'm gonna show you guys. Look how messy that looks, right? It looks messy. So, I forget that I always shade it in a little bit because sometimes that doesn't really do justice to my brow. Ooh, that burned. This is the extreme lip injection. So it freaking, look how luscious they are. Anyways, so yeah, so usually, so in that vlog that I posted, that last one, I was eating in my car because usually when when it's time for them to have that weekend with their dad, I'll leave right after they get out of school because I live an hour and like 45, almost 2 hours after, you know, in traffic from here. I have to drive passing LA, San Fernando Valley. It is so much, like, and so by the time I leave their school with the kids, I leave at like 3. I start driving at 3 from their school to the location, and the pickup time is 6. And so usually I'm in traffic till like 5. So yeah, so then after I drop the kids off, you know, they go off, and then my mom will usually text me, she lives in the valley, and she'll text me and she'll be like, hey, like come over, like come eat, or let's go to the mall, 'cause she's always lonely now. The reason why she's so lonely now was because up until we moved, I don't really tell anyone this that I don't know, but you know, y'all are getting to know me. Look at that. Look at that. You guys need to go get this. I'm just she's pretty lonely now because before I moved in here with Wes into our house, my older daughter Ishira was not living with me. She didn't live with me for I think maybe like almost 1.5 years. Not because of anything, like, not like, oh, you were a bad mom, or, you know, like, you know, I'm homeless on the street, nothing like that. But, when I split up with their dad, my kid's dad, I moved in with my mom because I had nowhere to go, but it was my choice to leave. So I was living with my mom, and then me and my mom can only spend so much time together before we start like pulling each other's hair. I swear to God, we're like sisters more than like mom and daughter. Like, she's too much. And so I was with my mom for a while. And then I moved in with my grandma because she was like, well, see, I was living with my mom. And before I lived with my mom, I was dancing. Not like dancing, like, hey, you're doing. I was working at a club. I was a dancer, an exotic dancer. And so when I moved with my mom, you know, my parents, being parents, they were like, nope. So that I couldn't work. So I wasn't making any money. I got jobs here and there. And for me, I don't know. I couldn't work a regular job. And so then I told my grandma that me and my mom weren't getting along. So I moved in with my grandma into a room. My grandma has a pretty big apartment. And so my grandma's the kind of person, she is supportive of anything that you do, you know? And so I was with my grandma for almost like 2 years. And in those 2 years, I got, you know, I was dancing. I was doing really good. I got my own car. I did everything. Had like a really nice, I had a BMW. You know, everything was going good because I was able to work where I wanted to work. And so, what else? Oh, so then, when I moved, the only reason why my mom had Ashira, my older daughter, was because when I ended up moving from my mom's house, she didn't want to leave, my mom. And so my mom's like, well, we'll take better care of her here and we'll have more time for her. And this neighborhood is better school-wise because my 2 younger ones weren't going to like an actual school yet because they were too young. And they were just going to like an early start school. And so they ended up, you know, coming with me. They were the smallest, so they, you know, I couldn't leave them. I shouldn't have left her either, but you know, you live and you learn, you know. She's here with me now. She's been with me for a while now. And so anyway, so that's why my daughter was with my mom for such a long time. And so yeah, so that's why, you know, usually when I drop off the kids with you know, their dad on the Fridays, I'll be in the valley. I'll hang out with my mom and stuff, and like I'll go see my grandma because she misses me and she misses the kids and stuff. So like I'll go and hang out. And yeah. And like how I met Wes, that was a question that we got for the wing challenge. So how we met. When I moved into my grandma's house, I started dancing again. There was a club that was near my grandma's. And I had to work almost where I lived, like right near where I lived, was because I would have never done that. But anyways, I didn't have a car. And so I had to work near where I lived. And so that's what I did. And I ended up at the club called Sin in North Hills. And that's where I met Wes. I was dancing there, I think like a year. And then I met him there. He came as a new manager, and then I would come into work and be like super sad and depressed because of my baby daddy, and like I'd get really like wasted, and it was like the worst time in my life. Like my baby daddy would like make me feel like shit all the time. You know, like every baby daddy story, you know, that you'll hear. Not all of them are bad, but my story was, so I'd come to work, and I'd come to work like on time at 7:30 p.m. and I'd be on the first one on the floor. I'd always come done up. Like, I would never get to work and get ready. And so Wes started like giving me advice and stuff, and he was not that person that was like, leave your boyfriend, come with me, leave your boyfriend. Like, that's not how it was at the beginning at all, or at all. And he was just like the sweetest guy ever. Like, he would just be like, why are you sad? What's wrong? Like, what's going on? And then he'd give me advice. Like, he was never giving me advice like out of the, like, in a bad way, you know. He was always telling me like, you know, basically just giving me good advice. And like one day, you know, we'd flirt here and there, you know, because when you feel like your partner is taking you for granted and someone else is giving you attention, you're gonna start catching feelings, you know. You're a human. And me and Wes told each other like, no, because at the time he had a girlfriend and I had a, you know, my kid's dad. And yes, my kids are all from the same dad. If you guys know me from high school, you guys know. And so yeah, and it was just kind of like a really good friendship that me and him had. And then I had left my baby daddy, like officially broke up with him, and I hadn't told Wes. And so we just kept talking, like, you know, at work and stuff. And I, as a human, you know, I'm a person. Hello, like, pinch me. I'm real. Yeah, you know, shit fucking happens, dude. Like, you don't expect it. And I didn't expect, I never would have ever dated anyone, you know, in that freaking industry that I was, just because I was in it for about, I danced for about 6 years. And I knew everyone. I knew everything about it. I know everything. It's like, I didn't like it. I don't like those people. I didn't like the people working, you know, scumbags. Not all of them, but most of them. So, oh, right now what I use for my, to prime my lids was a soft ochre by MAC. It's soft ochre, the Pro Longwear Paint Pot. And I got soft ochre. A lot of people get that painterly pot, but that's too white for me, and I don't like I don't like my base to be really white. And now I'm gonna go in with my Jeffree Star Alien palette that I got for my birthday from my boo-boo. Love you. I'm gonna use the color Titan for my base of my eye, and I'm just going to like pat that in. And I'm telling you that doing your eyeshadow is really easy. It just, I know tutorials make it really hard. I'm gonna be using the Luxie large shader brush in 209. That's how it looks. Let's use my forehead again. It's kind of fat. It maybe not the right brush for this, but that's what I use. And I'm just gonna pat that in. We're gonna use that. And I just found this. I totally forgot that I had this palette. It's P-U-R. It's the Festival collection. I think I got it like a year ago. And it has the most beautifulest colors for Valentine's Day. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna do this Hidden Desert color and Wild Child color. I'm gonna go for that basic bitch color. Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna use this brown Hidden Desert color. So beautiful. And I'm just going to use this flat brush again. I know I'm using this flat brush that I used to clean up my eyebrows. And this is the Luxie 245 small shader brush by Luxie. And I'm gonna use that brown. All you have to do is just tap it in there. Doing your eyeshadow is really easy. It seems hard because a lot of people don't. And going back to the story of how me and Wes met, I had asked him out on a date. And like, I don't date. I didn't date. I was with the same person for about 8 years, you know, on and off in high school, and 8 years.
And now I'm gonna use this Morphe R37. It's kind of like a fatter brush. You know? Okay. And this is just to kind of like get rid of that line that's gonna be right there from you kind of just patting it in. Okay.
It looks messy, yes, I know. But we're not gonna only use that color. And so I asked him out on a date. Really nice car. I had a of the year car, and I picked him up, and he was like the sweetest guy ever. And oh, let me tell you guys, when okay, so
now I'm gonna be using this Wild Child, sorry that I'm just like cutting up, Wild Child color for the middle part, for just right here. And we're gonna be using that brush that which one did I just use? The Morphe R37 brush. This is what I use to kind of like blend it in, whatever. I use two to blend in, so this is another one. This is a more smaller brush than the other one. And I'm gonna go in with that Wild Child. And so I'm just gonna blend it in the middle on my crease. I don't want it to be specifically a pink eye shadow look, so that's why I put the brown.
So I picked him up, and I'm telling you guys, I've never been on a date like that. Like an official, like, adult date. So I remember waiting for him downstairs from his apartment. So we were gonna go eat, and it was like I was like, oh my god, because we've only seen each other in the club at night, you know? And I was like, oh my god, what if he's ugly? Oh Jesus Christ, like what the hell? Like, should I just turn away? Should I just go drive and leave? Like, what should I do? And he came out, and he was cute or whatever. And okay, so now I'm gonna use the Morphe R37 brush again, the fatter one, and I'm just gonna clean this little part right here. I'm gonna drag it out actually, since my eyebrow is a little bit
And so yeah, so we went on the date and I asked him if he could drive, because me driving with people, let alone someone I'm going on a first date with, I was gonna be nervous and crash and die. So
he drove, and he like puts his hand on my knee while he's driving, and I was like what the fuck, you know? Because like no one's ever done that, you know? And I was like, oh my god, like this is real, like this is a real date, like why is he touching me? And whatever, we get off, and as we're walking to the restaurant, just went to this like to this place called the Halal Guys. It was so good, and I love Mediterranean food. I like grew up eating it. And so we're walking and he starts holding my hand, and I'm like, oh shoot, this is real. And I was just like, what the fuck, you know? I was so terrified, you know? I was horrified, terrified, whatever word goes with a fied. I was just like, what the fuck, you know? And so after that day, you know how sometimes you're with like your baby daddy, and then, you know, you've been with someone for so long, it's hard for you to kind of let go. So you go back and forth. Well, that's what me and my kid's dad would always do. We'd go back and forth. And I thought maybe, you know, I'd go back, because it's just hard. It's hard, you know, when someone has a hold on you and they threaten you with taking away your kids and stuff like that. And so that happened. And after that date, I had told my ex that I was no longer gonna be with him, and he was very upset, and did so much to me. Came to my job, you know, and threw my car seats out of my car, well, at the club, he came and there was customers outside the club, like with me, because I knew he was outside, and like people knew Wes and they knew me, and obviously, you know, I'd been there for a long time, and Wes was such like a cool person with everyone. So they helped me put all my stuff back in my car, and like, you know, they were so nice. And it's just like just drama with my ex, and so he was just upset because I had never moved on, not even in high school. And so I finally grew the balls and I did it because someone actually, you know, treated me really well, and my kids. And so now I'm gonna be using the Stila. It's called Enchantress. If you know why I'm doing that, it's because you've seen that movie. I usually put it on my hand, and I'm going to use my Dewy Finish Spray by NYX, and I'm gonna wet it, and I'm gonna dip into it with the brush that I use to conceal my eyebrows and to clean up my eyebrows. I'm gonna use it to
I'm telling you guys, it's so easy to do your makeup. Trust. Look, all I do, literally, you don't have to be a freaking expert. Just dip. And what you're gonna do is you are just gonna go around. Just tap right in the middle. Tap, tap, tap. Tap that bitch. Look, look at that, look at that. Ooh! So yeah.
that is the easiest thing ever. Eyeliner, I am gonna say it's kind of hard, so good luck. Well, actually, when we started dating, I stopped dancing. Not because he wanted me to, it's just because for me it wasn't good anymore. I just wasn't feeling it anymore. And I stopped dancing. I got a job at Denny's. I was doing good. And then I started waitressing at the club with him, with Wes. And I was doing really good until he stopped working there. Then I danced again wherever he was working at for like a little bit. And then it just, for me, I'm telling you guys, it just was not the business. And yeah. So yeah, that's how we met. And yeah. But we met a lot of really good people along the way that we still, you know, talk to and stuff like that. And literally, if you want to really cut crease, a really nice line here, all you gotta do is grab your wipey and do that. See? You ain't gotta be freaking a professional in this bitch. So now I'm gonna go in with my liner now that I'm done with my eyeshadow. Look at it, 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 look. And I'm gonna go in with that bitch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with my eyebrows. So I'm gonna go up a little bit higher than I usually do. And then even if it looks messy, that's why I left the shadow there, so I can go ahead and clean it up with my makeup remover. And yeah, that's how basically I do that. Now I'm going to put my lashes. These are Morphe lashes. And I don't know which ones are. I forgot the name of these, but they're from Morphe, so I mean, you get it. And I lost my freaking eyelash glue, which sucks. So I'm gonna have to use this cheap ass one. God, I'm wearing these lashes with no glue. They're just from last time. So bear with me. I I tried everything. So now I'm gonna start off with my face now that I'm done. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my foundation and my Wet n Wild, and I use Toffee Pecan because I usually tan, so like at an actual tanning booth, just because I like to be really brown. I haven't tanned in like 2 weeks because I never have time after the gym, because I've been going in the mornings, and I'll usually spend about 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours, I wish, 2 to maybe an hour and a half at the gym, and then I either have to like run errands or go grocery shopping or pick up the kids from school right after the gym. So 6 big balls. I'm using the Real Techniques sponge.
I like using the Real Techniques sponge and some of their brushes because it's affordable, you know. And I'm going to teach you guys how I contour my face. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal. It's a concealer. It's called in the color Beautiful Bronze, and this is how I contour my face.
First impression, you OPN. We should be closer than friends. If you OPN, engaging you's on my agenda. Request my chariot, get ya. The door's OPN. Take that hot road and hop in. First impression, you OPN. We should be closer than friends. If you OPN, engaging you's on my agenda. Request my chariot, get ya.
Another thing about me, I am 27, and look at that. And then also we're gonna do the forehead. I have a forehead, like literally a forehead, and I feel like it's too much. So we're just gonna bring it down. I know it seems like a lot of tapping and doing and moving and grooving, but I promise you guys, it's worth it. Okay, so what I use to kind of cut and do this, I don't use concealer because I haven't had time. I'm so lazy. I haven't had time to go and get my Tarte Tape Shape, because that's like my go-to. So what I'm gonna use now is the Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder, and I use number 25 for right here. So what I do, tap, 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 tap. And what I like to do, I don't bake. I tap, see? And I keep tapping. Tap it into the skin. And it automatically gives you this concealing look and highlighting look. And I like to bring it up to my nose, like that. Look at that. And then this harsh line is gonna go away once you start bronzing and stuff. So I'm gonna do that again. See how it looks like you added concealer and all that, and even if this all looks crazy, you're still gonna add more stuff. I'm gonna use my Moda brush. It came in a boxy charm box. And I'm gonna use my, oh shit, my Studio Mac Fix. And again, even if these lines are still harsh, we're not done yet. We are now going to bronze. I'm gonna use a Photo Focus Press Powder by Wet n Wild. It's in the color Cocoa. And it looks like this. And yes, I did get this at CVS. I'm using the Luxie 512 small contouring brush. Oh man. Good. Okay. So. It looks crazy, but it's all gonna work out. I promise you. That's how all my makeup goes. My eyebrows, my eyeshadow. And then we're just gonna bring whatever we have left on the brush. We're gonna do this. Let me know. What I'm gonna use to kind of bring this all together, I'm gonna go ahead and use my MAC Dark Deepest Mineralized Skin Finish. Excuse me, Dark Deepest. Looks like that. And this one, I'm gonna bring it right here, my cheekbone. I'm gonna just bronze my cheeks and bring those two colors together. And then I'm gonna use this one up here. Kind of clean this up. I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline New York Fit Me. The loose finishing powder in medium deep. I'm 30. Same line as this one, but this one is lighter, this one's darker. I really like these. They make your skin look so flawless. I used it on my cousin once, and she kind of has just a little bit of a like big pores here. Nothing wrong with that, but it covered and it looked so good. I'm also gonna go back in with this one and kind of clean up. Oh, for my highlighter, I'm gonna use my new, it doesn't look new, but it's my Ofra highlighter from, my new highlighter from Ofra, Rodeo Drive. Awesome. And how I apply my highlighter, I like to spray my brush. And this is the Bretman Rock brush. I just like to. Wowie. So another thing about me is I am a stay-at-home mom. I go to school like twice a week just to get my GED, because you know, a girl was homeschooled because her parents didn't really care. I was the last kid in the house, so my parents just let me do whatever I wanted, and they were always traveling. They literally were always traveling, like always. So I kind of got away with a lot. And like when I was 16, my parents were always out like traveling with their friends and stuff, and they kind of just let me do whatever I wanted, and I did. And so this isn't my brush. Oh, here we go. This is for my, I use this to contour my nose. I love look, see, I told you guys, it all comes together. This is the e.l.f. contouring brush. I love it. Love it, darling. And I'm gonna go in with this one again, the one that I used to bronze these cheeks. And I'm just gonna tap in. And I'm just gonna go like that, right here. Going down my nose, on the line of my nose. Down. And yeah, it's probably gonna look a little bit bronze or like brown, but you gotta go back in with your regular powder. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. And just clean it up. So I'm gonna go in with this one, the big face brush that I used, and then I'm gonna go back in with my MAC fix and just go in here at the tip of my nose, I mean, and then I'll grab my little brush, going up. You're gonna just go down like that. And so, yeah, when I was a teenager, I was like able to do whatever I wanted, basically. And I had friends that were like that too, like their parents worked. And so at 16, I had my own car that my parents gave me. And I was kind of just doing my thing. Sometimes they would leave me their debit card and they'd run off to Miami, living their best life. And I don't think my sisters know all this, but yeah, I was kind of like on my own for a while when I was younger. And then when they didn't travel, my parents got, they worked together cleaning, what was it? Some offices at nighttime. So they'd leave like at 11 or 10:30. They'd come back like at 2 in the morning. And yeah, so because of that, I'm trying to still get my GED, because like you're a young kid with, you know what time your parents were getting home and what time you should be home so you don't get in trouble. And I was basically doing my own thing. And so I didn't finish high school. So now I'm going to get my GED. So, because what I want to do, I want to become a registered nurse. A lot of the women in my family were in the medical field at some point in their lives. My aunt, one of my aunts, is a registered nurse. No, I think she's a BSN, BRN. I don't know what it's called. She works at Cedars-Sinai, and they like pay for her schooling and stuff. I don't really know, but she's way high up there, and she always wanted me to do the registered nurse, and I wish I could have done it, but I didn't, because what teenager is gonna go to school and have no supervision? Like, you're not gonna go to school when you have no supervision. You're like, yeah, I went to school, but you really didn't go to school, And so, yeah. When I stopped recording to do this, I added more of a glitter on my eye. I'll show you guys which one I used. I used this one. Oh, it's so pretty. Watch. Ida. Sass. And then I used this one together. Oh my lord. Ida? Okay. So I added those. My nail was on fire for like a quick second, trying to like melt freaking eyelash glue so it would come out. But anyways, this is the final look. Let's see. A ver cómo mueve la colita. I dyed my hair black, and my little pelitos from my hair, they burned. And so, okay, I'm gonna be putting on this Morphe, it's called True Story. It's one of their like new matte ones that they came out with. I love. And it dries down so quickly and it looks so good. So I'm also gonna add some gloss because I feel like you know the glossing on it. It's called Starry Honey Gloss, and it's like the ones, you know, like cuando eres chiquita y vas al swap meet y tienen así las little stands. And watch, throwback. I bet you had one. I know you had one. Clean it up a little bit because it's cheap. It's like oil, literally. And it literally, once you put it with like lipstick, it'll start running and it gets all nasty. But make sure just not to talk. I'm just kidding. This is now the finished look. Look at that. I'm telling you guys, everything looked crazy, right? That doesn't look great. All right, guys. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys got to know me a little bit. If there's anything else that I think I'm missing that you guys should know, I'm gonna do another one of these, okay? I'm gonna do another one. But yeah, thank you for watching and standing my annoying ass because I know I'm kind of annoying. Enjoy the video. And thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.